You either use the internet for fun or you use the internet to grow. You're here to grow. Welcome to TRS Clips. What is the legend Dr. Jaishankar like to work with? Because I feel that when you work with someone, that's the truest form of character reveal that possibly happens. Probably deeper forms of character reveal happen when you work with someone as compared to even being in a relationship with someone. Like you really get to see the person's character. So, what is Dr. Jaishankar like?
I think you use the right word. He's a legend.
Okay.
I mean, I think he's the sharpest mind in diplomacy. And I've had the good fortune and privilege to work with him, since I was in Bangladesh as High Commissioner. He was Foreign Secretary. In fact, he cut my tenure short in Thailand and said, go to Bangladesh. And he gave me that opportunity. Because for every Foreign Service officer, it's a dream to work in the neighborhood. When you come to foreign policy, you're the, I would say, the most challenging assignments and the most important assignments are your neighborhood, contrary to opinion. And so to have an opportunity to work in a neighbor like Bangladesh was a great one. And he pulled me out for that and he gave me the opportunity. And, every time I went back, on something, I think his decision-making was instant and absolutely clear. So his clarity, I'm talking about the Bangladesh experience, but I think as the minister, and I was the foreign secretary, you have a direct line and you work very closely with the minister. I mean, I was struck by his clarity of thought. I mean, his thinking is absolutely clear. His vast experience in diplomacy, his feel for things, and I think some of that he has spoken about also, comes out of experience and instinct. You reach a stage where you have that instinct and a feel for diplomacy, and he has that. As I said, I mean, you can't have, watching him converse, watching him deal with difficult and complicated and sensitive situations, watching him negotiate, watching him in a more, meeting larger groups of people, interacting. He's, in many senses, an amazing phenomenon. I mean, his wit, his ability, his diction, his erudition, his grasp of foreign policy issues, and at the end of the day, the application. You may be all-knowing, maybe a pundit, you may have the most amount of knowledge in that field that you could offer. But in many cases, the actual application and implementation could be faulty. He has the ability to both think, visualize, and act in a level that surpasses everything. So it's rare to see that in an individual, where you can both, have a vision of a certain concept, but at the same time be able to implement it on the ground in an effective manner is, I think, rare.
The one thing I've understood about diplomacy is that the skill sets involved are communication skills, policy, which I count as a skill set, just the ability to come up with better foreign policies that would benefit your nation in the long term. I would also say just a balanced amount of aggression. I think that is needed. Am I wrong in saying that?
In today's world, in today's context, I think you need to have a certain calibrated aggression. Someone like Dr. Jaishankar is very calm, very, you can never provoke him into any situation. So perhaps aggression is not the right word, but he has the ability to, sharply take up an issue where it is necessary. I think that's absolutely critical, that you are able to convey a point of view more forcefully, convey a point of view in a more persuasive manner. There are different nuances in the way you handle it. He has the ability to, the entire repertoire is there with him. That's what I'm saying, that, that sort of consummate professionalism is nothing short of brilliance.
Okay. When he was the foreign secretary, did he ever tell you about his political ambitions?
Not at all.
Could you have guessed that he'll be the foreign minister in a few years?
Well, look, he was always someone who had abilities that were beyond the normal. So you didn't think that that was the last let's say, responsible position that he would hold. He went into the private sector where he did equally well. When I was in the US, he used to visit the US from time to time because he represented the international arm of the Tatas, and you dealt with him on a different level because he was not in government; he was representing industry. But even then, his grasp of industry and the concepts that were there that came with it was impeccable. So it's just not just as a diplomat. I think if you are a person with experience, you have the ability to apply the experience in a positive manner, you can contribute in any field. I feel that, we are in the area of diplomacy, but you can apply that experience, you can apply those skill sets in any situation.
Including
Management.
Including the position of PM?
No, what I'm saying is that you can apply it across the board I was talking with the private sector and industry.
Okay.
That, you are not only, as a diplomat, you're dealing with issues which is basically requires a certain level of balanced, rational thinking, a certain level of coherence, as you said, articulation, and management of issues on the ground. That's what you do in the private sector at senior positions also. So his success as a diplomat translated to success as a corporate leader, and then is translated into greater success as a political leader, as a minister, one who leads our foreign policy. I think he has been an unqualified success, and those of us who worked with him are privileged to have that opportunity. And I've seen him engaging audiences on serious issues, but you also bring in the wit and the humor in these situations that works very well.
Yeah.
All round.
So if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to TRS Clips for more.